Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I'm really excited to share about my research to you. Before I start to present, let me introduce myself first. My name is Untitled Chapter, and my supervisor is Miss Hernani. We are from Indonesia University of Education, major in science education. The title of my research is Teaching Students to Live Sustainably Through Learning Videos of Traditional Rojang Fermented Food or Lemah. In introduction part, I will share about what is lemah, why we need to integrate ESD and local wisdom, and what are the variables measured in this study. Okay, lemah is a traditional food of Rojang people made from the young bamboo bud through fermentation process. Rejang is one of the tribes in Indonesia as a form of local wisdom, a heritage of ancestor. Lemah must keep being preserved and maintained. Lemah is one example of the application from conventional biotechnology, and biotechnology is one of the lessons in science that can be added by the values of education for sustainable development. Based on the result of a brief interview that I did with science subjects teacher at one of the school in Rejang Lebong, they said that there is no integration of local wisdom in the lesson of conventional biotechnology. This is due to the teacher's ignorance of the wealthy of local wisdom that are included into the sub-lesson of conventional biotechnology. During this time, the food example used in learning process are tape, tempe, and others, while traditional food is never mentioned in the lesson of conventional biotechnology. For your information, lemma contains two types of lactic acid bacteria. They are Lactobacillus aflantarum and Lactobacillus roseae, which can turn into probiotic and is very useful for our health. This statement I took from Afrianti research. This such kind of information has not yet fully gained by the science teacher in Rejang Lebong Regency. Biotechnology is one of the lessons in science that can be added by the values of education for sustainable development. Indicators of competency achievement in biotechnology are very relevant to the values in sustainable development, which is the application of biotechnology itself for human to survive. As an effort to increase students' knowledge and awareness about the concept of sustainable development, the lesson of conventional biotechnology will be combined with a local wisdom of traditional fermented food. The combination between the lesson of conventional biotechnology and local wisdom is the right source of ESD learning to develop. Based on what have been stated previously as the background, then conducting a research on teaching students to live sustainably through learning videos of traditional Rejang fermented food or lemah is important to educate students about the typical food of conventional biotechnology, as well as to see the level of awareness of students on the importance of sustainability awareness. The effort to improve the mastery of the learner's concept about conventional biotechnology combined with local wisdom is that it will use simple learning videos as a learning resource which containing biotechnology in general, fermentation of alcohol, fermentation of lactic acid, lemma fermentation process, benefits of lemma, stages in lemma fermentation, and of course ESD value. So what are the variables measured in this study? The first is a mastery of concept, and second is student response of sustainability awareness. The type of this research is pre-experimental quantitative using one group pretest post-test design. The population of this study were students in grade 9 at one of the junior high schools in Rejang Lebong. The number of sample who participate in this study were 31 students. The sampling technique was through purposive sampling. And then data collection technique. First test technique is used to measure students' mastery of concept. And then non-test technique is used to measure student awareness of sustainability awareness. The test instrument used were questions in the form of essays, and the non-test instrument containing a sustainability awareness questionnaire using a Likert scale with 4 alternative ratings. And then the data analysis consists of two. First, descriptive analysis to describe the result of the learning process obtained, and then inferential analysis including the end-gain test and the t-test or pair sample t-test. This is a result and discussion. First, the mastery of ESD-based concept. Before learning about lemma, students do pretest by answering 4 questions in total. This ESD-based question asks about what the lemma raw materials are, what are the lemma containing of, and how to preserve this traditional food to be exist for a long period for time. Based on the result from the calculation, 19% students don't know if lemma is a typical food of the local area. 96% students don't know the raw materials of lemma and its making process steps. And 100 students don't know the containing of lemma, and only 22 students who can explain simply how to preserve lemma as a regional culinary. From the table, we can see that there is an increase in the mastery of concept toward conventional biotechnology combined with local wisdom. The next information from the table is the average end-gain value. Based on the processing of doing the pretest and post-test scores, it can be known that the average score of end-gain mastery of student concept is worth 0.56. It means that the average of the increase in overall mastery of concept is in the moderate category. This shows that there is an improvement in the mastery of student concept in general after receiving treatment, which is local wisdom-based learning by using learning videos as learning main sources. Um, Although not all students pass the minimum completion criteria, but there are still changes. Of course, the most important thing in this study is the changes from the ignorance to the awareness. In accordance with the purpose of this study to educate students about the implementation of conventional biotechnology in daily life as a form of attitude of appreciating the diversity in local culture. Next is response sustainability awareness of students. Based on descriptive statistic, all ESD perspectives asked to students are in the high category. This indicates that students already have the awareness to have a sustainable life. In terms of the environment, 95.15% of students strongly agree to utilize the natural resources that exist in the surrounding environment. And then awareness of typical food as a culinary culture of heritage from the ancestor takes the place of the highest category from the other three perspectives, that is around 95.25%. Students realize that lemma is a traditional food that must be preserved, maintained, and learn how it is made. Around 96.8% students realize that the attitude to preserve lemma in order to exist as a cultural identity is to consume it frequently. Such attitudes are easy to apply in everyday life as a student. Around 84.8% students have a desire to manage lemma into food that is produced in large quantities and export to the other countries. Around 96.7% students realized that sustainable development aims to make it balance between people and economic well-being. And then the last part is conclusion. Uh, Adding the learning materials with the values of sustainable living needs to be done in order to establish an attitude of individual responsibility to have a positive lifestyle. The integration of the lesson of conventional biotechnology and local wisdom has been successfully implemented in the science learning process at the junior high school level. ESD-based learning combined with local wisdom-based learning improves a mastery of student concept and demonstrates high categories of sustainability awareness for three aspects of ESD perspective. Those are environment, culture, and economic. Thank you for your listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.